Hey guys, 1 year after my hair transplant, you're gonna watch this right now, I shaved my head. I've actually had multiple hair transplants. I think that was my fourth or fifth one, but I shaved my head just for entertainment viewing. Now, you're not gonna need to shave your head. And so this video is going to be about that and why maybe you shouldn't even have a hair transplant if you think that you're going to need to shave your head afterward. So while you're enjoying this beautiful video of me shaving my luscious locks off, Steve, you have a lot of people who come in here and talk about, the potential of them needing to shave their head after a hair transplant. Can you express like what those concerns are and try and address those?
Absolutely. So there's two things. There's one that you need to understand if you're considering a hair transplant is that a hair transplant is just taking hair from one area of the scalp and moving it to another. We all know that. So we're not really giving you any more hair. We're just moving it around. One of the reasons why a hair transplant works so well, if you have normal, typical male pattern balding, is because the hair that we place in the recipient area is going to be less than what you had, but it's going to look close to what you had, meaning less looks like more. So in order for that to happen, just from a styling issue, and I'm not trying to tell anybody out there how to style their hair, the shorter you cut it, the less it has the opportunity to look like there's more. I'm not your stylist, I'm not your barber, and I'm not going to tell you how to cut your hair. A lot of guys, especially the young guys, for some reason, they want the best of both worlds. They want to get a hair transplant and they want to shave their heads. I really don't understand that. I think I'm starting to a little bit because the shaved head looked pretty cool. But you're not going to achieve that result unless, now David, who's had 4 or 5 hair transplants, he's starting to get some real nice density up there. So when you've watched his video of him shaving his head, you're not going to get that same result after 1 procedure. You're not going to get that after 2 procedures. So I guess the first part of this video is, hey, look, don't shave your head or don't plan on shaving your head if you're going to get a hair transplant. That kind of makes no sense.
Especially when you're talking to guys about getting FUT strip procedure, some of them might be a great candidate from that, and it's really going to be the best procedure to give them.
Here's what drives me crazy, and you've seen my pet peeves on these videos. Why would you go into something if you think there's a chance it's going to fail? I mean, I understand that there's always a possibility of anything happening, but if we go through the cheat sheet checklist, we check all the boxes, and like David said, you've got that strong hair in the back. One of the sacrifices sometimes we have to make in life is sacrifices, meaning you're going to have a scar in the back of your head, you're going to have to wear hair a little bit longer, and you're not going to be able to shave your head. What drives me crazy is if you say, well, what if it doesn't work? I won't be able to shave my head. Well, if it's not going to work, that doctor shouldn't be doing it.
If you're not really confident that the surgery is going to work, you should not go get a hair transplant because this is an elective procedure. This isn't like you're having brain surgery because you're going to die, so you have to get this, and there's a 50-50 chance that it's going to work out, but it's your only option. This is something where you do have the option, so you need to first make sure that it is something that you're really confident is going to work with you, and talking to other people that maybe know a little bit more about the surgery than you do, and doing your research, and knowing that this is going to work. And then whether I'm going to need to shave my head in the future really shouldn't become an issue with it, unless you just want to do it for a YouTube video like me.
I lost my hair when I was 18 years old. I mean, they were doing plug procedures back in those days, and there was no finasteride Propecia until 20 years later. I had 2 scalp reductions, Mercedes signed scalp reductions. I had everything to be done, and I wasn't happy. It didn't look good. And I still have my hair. Yeah. So if I didn't have to shave my head because it was so horrible, you guys got no worries as long as you don't, go to that wrong doctor that could be out there that we kind of talk about, making sure that they're doing the right thing for you. So you want to make that decision, and once you make that decision, you don't have to worry about it. You're not going to have to shave your head.